Now, I mentioned that dictionaries are mutable, just like lists. Let's see how we go about actually mutating our dictionary. This is actually a very common thing to want to do. Whenever we have this mapping of values, sometimes whatever this kind of mapping, whenever this mapping changes, the value associated with the key changes, we'll want to update it. And think again of a dictionary, a book dictionary. When you go to a dictionary every year, Oxford Dictionary, whoever, releases an updated dictionary where they either add new words or maybe they update some of the definitions because our language continues to change. I'll be using this sample dictionary for some arbitrary movie called Your Name that came out in 2016. Very highly reviewed, got a 96. So very similar to lists, we mutate our dictionaries using assignment. So if you want to insert a new value into a dictionary, you will take the name of our dictionary variable and brackets and put inside the string of the new key that you want to put in and set it equal to associated value that you want. So you can see here our dictionary visual representation on the right here. We add this new key value pair, writer, Andrew. Movie, bracket, writer, Andrew. Very similar to what we would have done with lists for updating a value. For lists, we actually use kind of a function .append. But here with a dictionary, because .append always knew, okay, the next thing I'm adding is going to be index, whatever the length of the string is, of the list was. Whereas here, we can't just call .append, we'd have to know what the key is going to be. And so this is how we specify the key. So the keys that we have to be unique. You can't have multiple of the same key, because if you did, then when you would go to look up values in your dictionary, you wouldn't know which one is the correct one. Just like you can't have multiple entries in an actual book dictionary, because how would you know what the correct definition is? There can only be one definition associated with some particular word. And so when you assign to an existing key, that will update the value associated with that key. So you can see here, title here is Your Name, but when I add a line that says movie title equals Finding Nemo, if this key already exists, we just replace the associated value with the new value. So title goes from Your Name to Finding Nemo. The last thing you might want to do is you might want to remove a key value pair. And with a dictionary, like a book dictionary, maybe this is some word that's gone out of fashion that no one uses anymore. You want to take it away. And you can do that with the .pop method. And so if you call this .pop function, you give it the key of the key value pair that you want to get rid of, and this will delete it from our dictionary. In fact, it doesn't just cross it out, it will actually just remove it altogether from the dictionary. It's gone. So the last thing I want to show you here is how to check whether a key exists. Because I showed you that there's this potential error, potential key error, if you try to look up a key that doesn't exist. If you try to access a key that doesn't exist. And so something that you'll probably want to do is you'll probably want to check if a key exists in your dictionary before you access the associated value, unless you're just totally sure that it's there. So the way you do that is you use this in operator. This in operator comes back a whole bunch of times, right? We saw it in for loops. In for loops, it's used for assignment. We do for x in range something, and that'll iterate through and grab each value of x. Whereas when we see it just on its own, like something in movie, then this is an expression that returns true or false, that evaluates a true or false. It'll be true if the key screenwriter exists in this dictionary. So it doesn't check values, it checks keys. Just like you would ask, is the word aardvark in the dictionary? That doesn't check if the definition is there, it checks if the key is there, because that's what you're usually like trying to access. You try to find the key when you index into a dictionary. So in this case, the key screenwriter is not in this movie because when we look at our dictionary, none of the keys here match. Whereas if I were to first add this key, actually, I have screenwriter written here. I'll just fix that. Oops. If I were to first add the key value pair writer Andrew, then you see it get added to our dictionary over here on the right. And then writer in movie, this expression evaluates to true because the key writer exists, regardless of what the value is. We just know that the key exists.